Whoa. Hello, everybody. Whoever is watching here, thank you very much for coming along. And here we are on our second spotlight session. If you don't know what the spotlight session is, it is in our now extra group, which is for ladies who really want to crack on with their business. It's a small group. It's always stay a small group. And we aren't live. Well, I don't know. Tell me here, I'm not live.
It says on mine, we are live. Oh, hang on. It's saying live in 47 seconds. No. Oh, I don't know. I think it's live.
Well, we've got one person on here. If it's not live, it doesn't matter. We will just carry on chatting.
Carry on regardless.
Yeah, we'll just carry on regardless because it's going up live. I don't know what it's saying here. Anyway, as I was saying, it is for ladies who want to come on and just share their business with us and the benefits of their business and anything else that we want to talk about. So, Jules is there, and Jules is saying we're live. Excellent.
Yay!
So we are live. Thank you very much.
At least we know.
At least we know. Yeah, we know that one person can see us, and that's all that's important, isn't it?
We only need one.
This is very true. So, Hayley, tell us about your business and really how you got into it, because it came by default in a way, didn't it?
It did, very much, very much. I think because after an accident in 2016, where I was rendered disabled, the doctors basically wrote me off, if you like. They just said, well, here's morphine, tramadol, cocodamol, diazepam, you name it, take it. We don't really care. Just, you're not really, we can't do anything for you, so get on with it. And being a very jolly, happy person prior to the accident, to then being in a very dark place because I didn't feel I had any reason to live, really, because my essence had gone, because I was in so much pain. And I couldn't do all the things I loved. So I couldn't go out, I couldn't dance, I couldn't walk. It was just horrendous. And you go into a very deep, dark place that you don't want to be in, but you can't help it. You really can't help it. And then a friend of mine who I used to work with in a previous company, she reached out to me and said, why don't you try this brand new technology into the country? And at first I thought, don't think it's going to work for me. Bless you. Thank you. But no. Thankfully, she carried on nagging me, and I sort of succumbed and said, okay, send me. And it's patches. So it was like a little patch like this fella. So she sent me a packet of patches and I put them on, and it was in the summer where it was very, very hot, 40 degrees in the lockdown, like sweaty Betty, me. So I really was struggling to keep them on, but I did keep it on. And I thought, it's not doing anything at all. And then I dropped some mushrooms on the floor and bent down and picked them up and thought, I haven't done that before. I haven't done that in a long time. So I did it again. And I thought, maybe it's just a good day. But as the story goes, basically, the longer I had these patches on, the better I was feeling. And I thought, there's something in this. It sounds really bizarre because we were in a heat wave, but I decided to buy myself a pair of socks in a heat wave. But it would be easier for me to keep the blooming socks on than it would these blooming patches when I was a hot, sweaty mess, hormonal and, everything, what with the menopause and everything else coming at us. So yes, it was a lot easier for me to keep a sock on. This isn't my leg, by the way. It is a thingy. Some people think, oh, wow, a leg up there. That's great. So I promoted myself to a pair of socks, and the tech is actually in the bottom there. And the minute that touches your skin, you see that? Yeah. The minute it touches your skin, it's a pattern. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, and I always say I'm not a neuroscientist. The only way I can explain it, it's like this is your internet connection, because without it, we're all disconnected in one way or another. Neurologically, we're disconnected, and that's why we get aches and pains and various other things. This is your Wi-Fi connection. The minute that touches your skin, you are now back online. It's as simple as that.
Right.
And then your body does what it needs. Okay. So what it would do for you would be completely different to me or anybody else, because it's your body, and your body goes, right, lads, this lady needs this, 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 and this done. Let's go do it. And they go and reconnect your Wi-Fi, basically. And it's amazing. And I always say, I wish we had a ready Breck glow to say it was working, you know.
Oh,
because
yeah.
the minute it touches your skin, your balance is a lot better, your focus, your energy levels. And again, it all depends on the different person, because if you think, you know, if you've had an illness or a condition for 20 plus, 10 plus years, it's not going to be an overnight fix. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, here's a miracle cure. This is going to help your body work the best way it can whilst it's helping you adjust to being reconnected, if you like.
Fascinating. To me, it kind of makes me feel it's a bit like kinesiology, because
yes, or reflexology.
Or I'm reflex, absolutely, yeah.
If
because
you think of all the thingies that are in your feet. I mean, there was quite a good picture actually that I sent you, wasn't it, of all the things.
I love that one.
All the trigger points that are in your feet that can be done through your feet. So if you imagine that this little fella here is going up through your feet and it's doing what it needs to do to your brain, and your brain is basically opened up and receiving all these messages going, blimey, I haven't done this for a while. What's going on? I need to go and work better. And it's as simple as that. But sadly, a lot of people, or I won't say a majority of people, but a lot of people prefer to have the tablet. They prefer to take it because they feel that that's
I see, right,
on the doctor. You know, they go to the doctor and he says, right, here's a pill. And, oh, okay, I'll take it. And they feel that it's doing them good. But what they don't seem to realise is all the other stuff they're not doing. You know, when I was on the most tablets I was on, I was taking 10 tablets for my pain, but I was taking another 5 or 6 to counteract the side effects of what these were doing. And you think, so 15 tablets.
And they weren't working properly anyhow, were they? They weren't giving you the
didn't touch the
pain. Life.
You know? And I was, and you know the saying, you were sort of like treading through treacle. I felt every day I just was a space cadet. You know, everything rolled into one. I was kind of like, I was just a zombie. And it was awful, absolutely awful. And then, as I say, so I've been on the tech. Well, I came off the tech to try it because I thought, oh yeah, I'm fine now. I feel great. I came off the tech.
Interesting.
Oh my God. Honestly, if you think about over the years, your pain just sort of kind of builds up and builds up and builds up. So you notice it, but it's not a big thing. It's just another little thing and another little thing, and it adds on top to make a big thing. So if you imagine you're out of that pain. Now, I'll never be out of pain completely because I've got crushed discs. So that pain is going to be there forever. But the random, you know, all the other pain from the fibromyalgia and everything else. But when you're out of pain, you kind of forget it a little bit, which is really ironic because you're in pain for so long. It's all you can think about. And then when you're out of pain, you forget it. And then I took the socks off. Oh, my days. After 3 days, it was like I'd been hit by Tyson Fury.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it was, I didn't even know what to do with myself. Wow. So I very quickly put the socks back on. And thankfully, within about an hour to 2 hours, I was feeling a bit better again. And I thought, I will never, ever take these socks off. They will have to chop my feet off if they think I'm going to take these socks off. And honestly, I just couldn't believe the difference. And it frightened me. It absolutely frightened me that amount of pain I could be in without them.
Excellent. I noticed because we got the patches from you, several of us, and I used them, and I found I did feel better, but I've not got a great amount of pain. And they were sitting in the drawer, and there was this night, because I get quite bad acid reflux, and they were sitting in the drawer this night, and I thought, go on, give it a shot. So I went and I put it right on my sort of stomach area, and I'm not joking, within 5 minutes, if not more, the acid reflux had subsided, because it's painful when I get it. I have horrible pain up here.
Oh, it's awful.
And I thought, that's it. I'm just going to keep on these products. And the socks as well. I got some for my son-in-law, and he wears them. And it's something that I would always have in my bottom drawer because it's worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Because of it, you actually got to New York on holiday. Could
I
you've done
know.
that before?
Not a chance.
See?
Not a chance. I am so thankful because I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I hadn't had the technology, that sounds like I'm the bionic woman now, doesn't it? We can rebuild you. But if I
No.
hadn't had the technology on, honestly, Lindsay, I wouldn't have been. I mean, I was exhausted and it was very, very hard work. Unfortunately, I couldn't go to the subway because the steps are fairly like that, and they're not very disabled friendly, so there aren't lifts and things like that down into the subway. But you know, it's a very old place, so you know, so I didn't get to the subway. But you know what, I didn't care because everything else was above ground and that was fine. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I didn't actually have my socks on, and I also had my sleeve on, and that was the CBT sleeve to help me focus and to keep me alert, if you like, I knew I wouldn't be able to do the things I did, and I just didn't want to let my daughter down because she wanted to see so much, and I just pushed through it. Ached like you wouldn't believe, but it was so worth it because I knew each night I was repairing.
Yeah, totally.
So,
and it's good as well for restless legs, is it not? Because I suffer from those horribly. Well,
yes.
I do.
Well, do you know what? Between restless legs and plantar fasciitis, there are so many people out there that suffer with both. And I actually had both. And plantar is awful, but the restless legs, you just don't know what to do with yourself. You just can't. There's nowhere to put your legs to actually even get them out of that restlessness. And my friend, and she is definitely a Doubty Debbie, and that's why her name's Debbie, because she's Doubty Debbie. And I said, well, look what it's done for me. I don't know whether it's going to help you. Just try it. Anyway, so I remember she borrowed a pair of mine because she's Doubty Debbie, and she wasn't going to invest in herself until she knew they worked. So I gave her a pair of mine. They were a bit tatty as well because I thought, well, anyway. I thought, no, I'll let her. And the next morning she phoned me and I couldn't understand her. And I thought, oh God, what's the matter with you? And I'm like, Debbie, calm down. She went, oh my God, I can't believe it. I've slept for 8 hours. I haven't done that. I'm like, whoa, slow down. What are you talking about? She said, Hayley, she said, I honestly didn't believe you. She said, I put them on at night. She said, I know you told me to put them on during the day. She said, but I thought, no, not going to do that. She said, I put them on at night. She said, I don't wear socks in bed, but I thought I have to because I just hate the legs. And she said, the next thing I knew, it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and thought, what the hell? I'm normally up 4 or 5 times. You know, even my husband said I didn't even move. She was just like,
wow. It really helped relax her.
And so much so. And I said, so have you still got them on now? She went, I'm not taking them off. I went, well, you do have to, because you have to give them back. So she did go and order her own, but she wouldn't give me mine back until she got hers. But and so many people, and it's so lovely because, like, funny enough, we were talking before we come on air. I love helping people, and that's what this is about. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that I give them their life back just by a pair of socks or a patch. And the amount of people, and I had a lady the other day, she was most people are in tears, which is good, I think, when they're so happy tears, because she's saying, I was beside myself with the plantar. And she would do because apparently you get a cold bottle and roll, you know, like icy bottle and roll it. She said nothing was helping. And she was on her feet most of the day because she's a nurse. So she got the insoles, and then which they cushion as well, which help. And then she has the socks at night, and she's like, Hayley, I can't believe the difference, because her legs would ache anyway for being on a 10-hour, 12-hour shift.
Yeah, I remember.
She just couldn't even think straight. And being a nurse, you need to think straight.
Mm-hmm. So, and do they? Because you mentioned about giving Debbie your older socks.
Yes,
Debbie.
My Doubting Debbie.
Yeah. Do they wash well then?
Oh, yes, absolutely. They wash fine. They get a little bit bobbly, but, you know, you can live with that. You can either wash them inside out or, you know, normally. The only thing we don't really do is tumble dry them, because the stitching itself, it's such a fine thread, because it has to be such a detailed pattern. Because, I mean, obviously you can't see the pattern, but it is under there somewhere. But it's such a fine thread that they don't like you to go outside if you're on any like concrete or any sort of rough pavement or anything, or rough carpets, because if the thread then this is good for my teeth after I've just had a tooth out. If the thread frays, then the pattern's broke. And once the pattern's broken, they're not going to work. So it's kind of, I mean, you know, you're looking at £40 for a pair of socks. So you're going to look after them, but it's an investment, because if you look, I mean, I've still got the original pairs, although one of them's got a hole in it, but anyway, but they're the original pairs and they're still working fine. So if you look at £40 over 2 years, that's nothing.
It's, you know, £40 is nothing to get rid of pain. I mean,
absolutely. And I remember my podiatrist inserts were £180, and they made me worse. Because they always seem to put these things in to balance your feet. Well, your balance comes from your brain, not your feet.
Yeah, true.
I mean, so and my feet were all at different angles, and so my back was even worse. So, and then I think of all the other things. You know, you have back braces. You pay a lot of money, because when you're in pain, you'll pay anything to be out of pain.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember well, you know, with my hips, but I got new hips in, so I'm fine. But you use this as well as a business. So it's, you know, you've got two, what is it they say, birds in a bush or whatever it is. I don't
know, two birds in the bush, one in the hand. Anyway, I don't know. But I mean, basically, I was so amazed by what it's done for me. And sometimes I wish people could see the Hayley that was in the 4-year dip, because you wouldn't believe the difference. Because this is me normally, and it's so lovely, because so many of my friends on Facebook and everywhere going, oh my God, Hayley, you're back, because for 4 years I wasn't around. And in some senses I wished I'd videoed myself in that place, because it was so dark. But now it's almost, I've been given hope. And that's all I wanted. And that's all, you know, all I kept thinking is, I just need something to help me. That's all I needed. And now there are so many people in the same position as me. I want to help that person that was in that spot that I was in, because I know they can get out of it, Lindsay. And I know there is hope. It might take longer. It might take more. It might, you know, it might have to be sort of, you know, we do so many different patches. We do patches for blood. So for diabetes and things like that. We do patches for sleep. We even do patches for the metabolism. So if you've got a slow or a fast one, it evens it out. So there's so many different things, and there's so many more coming.
Oh, that's just between you and I.
It's only between me and you. Don't tell anyone else.
Okay? No.
Secret, right? But there are so many ways that simply this unique, almost thumbprint can change your life. And it's helping so many. On the Facebook group alone, there is something like, I don't know, 70,000. I don't know. You know, there are so many people that have been helped, and it's transformed their life. And just very quickly, I don't know her condition, but I just wanted to tell you about this lovely lady who joined us as an associate, because like me, I just want to tell the world, and I'll earn a little bit of money from it. But as I say, it's not about the money for me. It's about helping people. She's getting married, and she actually has got a condition where she can't open her hands. And she put the socks on, and in 4 days, her hands are open, and she can put a wedding ring on.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. I mean, that just makes you feel all.
Honestly, we were all in tears on the Zoom call when she literally, she said, my hands are open, which means I can put my hand, I don't know a partner's name actually. I can put my hand in, and he can put, we were just in bits, completely bits. And there are so much that we don't know what this technology can do. You know, like lumps in the bottom of your feet. My friend had lumps in the bottom of her feet. I said, well, I don't think it's going to help, but they're gone. 2 weeks.
Really?
Gone. And they were lumps of gristle. And the doctors were going to cut them out. And she said, I don't understand it. They've gone. And I'm like, I don't know either, because I don't know. The potential of this product is phenomenal. And I had a lump in, just a quickie, I had a lump in the side of my breast I was a little bit worried about. Gone. I can't, there are so many things yet that we just don't know about this stuff. But the more people that get on it, the better, because they're chucking all these drugs at us, Lindsay. And
Oh, all the time, yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
they're the ones that are making the money.
Oh,
And it's scary.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I certainly want to come on board.
You
So
will be
after
very
we've had,
welcome.
oh, thank you, darling. After our conversation here, don't disappear, because I want to talk about this, because it's something I thought about for long enough, and I feel it's time now, especially time now, because we kind of moved out of this 2 years we've been in, and a lot of us, me included, find it really difficult to go out of the house.
Yeah.
I mean, once I'm out, I'm fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you get me out there and to go to the gym. I've kept putting off going to the gym, and I want something to sort of, and I know this stuff works. I know the technology works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, does anybody have any questions while we are here? Yeah, Jules says that the pills that we're being given by Big Pharma, they're just making us sicker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it has actually, there was a documentation, I'm not going to be quoted on it, but there was a documentation that says that the more drugs you take, the more you need, because that's what the drug does.
Deliberately.
Absolutely. So if you take a paracetamol, you get a headache so that you can take more paracetamol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scary. And they're making millions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, but that is another topic we'll have.
That is a topic for another day.
It is. So in the meantime, thank you, my darling.
Thank you,
coming on here again with me.
It's always a pleasure.
Oh, that's lovely. And one day, I mean, you're at the bottom end of the country, and I'm up here.
We'll meet in the middle.
We will. I think it'd be lovely to get a lot of us, who want to somewhere in the middle and have a good ladies' time.
I think we'll have a blast, an absolute blast.
Oh, Jill says that she thinks that she's spoken briefly on Messenger with you.
Yes, very briefly.
And she wants to be able to share this with her mum.
Well, I hope Jules's mum gets a benefit and more than happy to help you or even advise you on what's the best thing. Excellent. It's always good to tell me what your ailments are. I know there's normally a long list because I have a long list of them, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'll add the links that Hayleys given me for Facebook and Instagram and the rest. And message Hayleigh, ask her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's there willing, and I know, well, I don't even need to see you. I know she'll help me because you can tell what a beautiful lady she is.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
So we're gonna love and leave you, and we're going to carry on chattering here. Yes. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jules and Maria. Maria popped in as well.
Thank you, Maria and Jules.
And anybody else who is there that I can't see.
Yeah, let me know if it's on a replay, and they can let me know afterwards. That's fine.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm going to go onto YouTube. You watch a space for YouTube. I'm really going to work on that.
I always wanted to be a YouTube star. Count me in.
This is the start.
Oh, yes.
All right, everybody. Bye-bye for now. Bye.